Sting, the legend, has finally retired for the second time.
This time on his own terms.
WrestleMania's main events are looking official.
Officially official.
Looks like we're going to have a tag team match headlining night one, just like last year, with a one-on-one match headlining night two. And everything's just gotten better under Triple H. This is the Spandex Standups.
Man. So how'd you feel about it? Did you get to see Sting's final match? I saw Darby go through the glass.
I saw Darby
like you knew he was going to.
I mean, I thought it was a nice tribute. I didn't watch the full pay-per-view.
I didn't either.
I do think AEW's got to get on Bleacher Report, HBO Max. They've got to get on some sort of streaming service. Like, I'd be more inclined to buy it as well if it was kind of more accessible on a streaming service.
What do they do? Fight TV?
Well, no. Right now they're on BleacherReport .com.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
You can't really get it through like a TV app. I don't think.
Yeah, that's tough. Because I mean, .coms, like, links. You've watched many a wrestling pay per view with a link you're given. They're not always reliable,
right?
Especially the more people that are watching it. Like, I had some buddies that they got to see it in person, and I think that's the way to go. That
would have been the way to go, and I think that's the way to go with. And I think that's the way to go with AEW right now.
In person.
It's
treating it like the Indies.
It's a great wrestling show in person.
Like, I know they did a lot of really cool things early on, but why did we stop caring? Like, when we treated them like the super indies, they delivered.
Right.
And then when we tried to treat them like they were on par with WWE, that's when people were disappointed. So, like, when did those expectations get too high?
I think the expectations got too high when WWE's storytelling got better. Because if you think, when AEW first started, WWE's storytelling was really
they'd give up.
Suffering.
They'd do something for 2 weeks and then drop it. Like, that was my biggest complaint. And what ultimately...
And so, but at the same time...
Let me get away.
Yeah, and at the same time, not only was WWE's storytelling suffering, but the wrestling was slower paced.
Yeah.
And it was a lot more showboating. Yeah. Whereas AEW was coming in and they're going to be like, well, we actually have better stories right now.
Yep.
And our wrestling is higher impact right now. But then, kind of both of those things have now veered towards WWE.
Isn't that funny? Like, because it's so funny that, because me and you had this conversation long before we dreamed of having a wrestling podcast, but we talked about how WWE needs to pick up on AEW's storytelling, long-term storytelling, because that you can look back on it now and say whatever you want to about it, but the long-term storytelling with Hangman Page, with Kenny Omega, like the long-term planning was there early on.
Oh, totally. And then also let's talk about the past. Let's talk about, like, Eddie Kingston talking about all the guys that were, like, shitty to him in the locker room 15 years ago, and he's like, oh, now we're on the same show.
Oh, now we're cool.
I'm a main eventer. I'm gonna tell everyone what you did. It's like bringing that up. WWE is also taking a page out of that book, which is great.
What was your, before we move on, what was your favorite early AEW storyline?
Favorite early AEW storyline. Well, I mean, Le Champion, Chris Jericho.
That was great.
That was fantastic.
Amazing. Yeah, Le Champion. Oh, I loved him. I mean, I hate that it culminated in a mimosa match, but him and Orange Cassidy were pretty good early on.
I mean, I'm trying to think what was the first...
I love the Dark Order.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we understand what tragically happened to them. Their leader passed away. But man, the recruitment and the join the Dark Order, and you didn't know who was going to pop up, and you didn't know who the great one was, and then it ended up being Brody Lee.
Yeah.
And then he just played a different character over there. Like, oh man, it was great storytelling, and they got away from it. And I thought my whole appeal to AEW early on is I thought it was going to be New Japan that we got to watch every week.
Right.
I thought it was going to be the factions. I thought it was going to be, you push a champion to the moon and back, and then you wait to see who the next challenger is going to be. But then they hot potatoed the belt a little bit. They had people in feuds that didn't make sense.
Right.
And at the same time, there's one man that came into power in WWE, and he kind of turned things around.
Yeah, I mean, that's Triple H. I mean, Triple H has been a visionary the whole time.
Yeah.
It's fun watching classic Triple H wrestling, clips and promos, because you're like, oh, this is the guy that ends up taking over the whole business.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Triple H has really changed the product, and it's really easy to see that everything has gotten better. Yeah. Under Triple H's product. I mean, even the fact that, if we're going to tie it into Sting's last retirement match, I mean, WWE shouted Sting out last night,
which you never would have heard of with Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah, you would have never seen that with Vince McMahon, but last night on Monday Night Raw, they shouted Sting out, which was cool. But I mean, there's a lot of things where I think the product has gotten better. Even if you look visually at Monday Night Raw, they've done away with lighting the crowd red. Now the crowd is darkened. Love that. I think that's a better look. They've, if you look
forgot about that, man.
Yeah, if you look at the screens going around the arena, even those are like black with red text instead of it being red with white text. It just visually has a better look. The way that, like last night, Sami Zayn came out for his match, and then they went to a commercial break. But before they went to a commercial break, they had this great, like almost comic book action hero sequence visuals of Sami Zayn, like really positioning him as a star.
Good.
Really outside of having a championship belt. They've just done a really good
bloodline story for if they don't make him a star,
right?
Like I know him.
Well,
and
that
Kevin
made him a star,
the,
and ultimately the way they look at it is they look at it year to year, and they made him a star for that year.
Well, he's this year's downtrodden star. That like, how do I get to WrestleMania?
Right.
Every year we got one. Even Cena took a turn doing
but
that.
Last year, Sami Zayn had his moment.
Yeah.
That was Sami Zayn's WrestleMania moment last year. So do we expect him to get another one this year? I don't.
Yeah.
Personally. But the way that they're, again, the way that each superstar now, it's very clear what their motivations and what their intentions are.
I do like that.
It's very clear what they're fighting for.
Yeah. Like that, I've gathered that that's a big thing. Of what's your direction?
It's like there's all these different intersecting stories. The way Andrade keeps popping up with Dom.
I like how they're presenting that.
Is
he going to pull Dom away from the Judgment Day?
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly.
I love that.
Oh my gosh! And let's put a tag team championship on them.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
immediately.
I do love. All right, well, time out. We'll get back into this, but let's get into some news up top.
Up top,
which that brings us to our first one. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis said that they were making an announcement on the tag titles pretty soon.
Okay.
So does each show get their own titles again? Do they unify them? What's your early speculation?
I think. I think we get new titles.
And it's just one title?
No, I think two new titles.
You think they go the same direction and there's no Raw champion anymore. There's no SmackDown any champion.
Yeah.
They're the World Tag Team champion. They're the Intercontinental Tag Team champion.
Yeah.
So what'll be the Universal Tag Team and the World Heavyweight Tag Team?
I guess. I don't know. We'll see. They'll probably look similar.
Well, belts. I hope so, man. I love the old tag belts. We were talking about you got a really cool pin set. I love the old tag belts.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of watching Damian and Finn carry both belts.
Right.
That's been since last WrestleMania.
I know.
Before last WrestleMania.
I know.
When the Usos unified them. We don't need that.
They had a great match against Imperium on Monday night.
I love that match.
Great match.
One of those you shine in a loss.
Yeah.
Imperium
totally.
shine. Well, tonight starts the new season of Dark Side of the Ring. The debut episode is Earthquake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
From all indications.
What do we know about that story?
Well, from all indications, super nice guy. One of those dudes who actually was a good family man, but was just used and abused in WWE, WWF, the Federation.
Yeah.
Because he was just an agile big guy, so of course he got fed to Hulk Hogan immediately.
Yeah.
Then he had the tag team with Typhoon, but he died of bladder cancer super early.
That's a bummer.
So it seems like he was one of the good guys.
Yeah.
and he just got it.
And Dark Side of the Ring's on Hulu, I believe. I've been catching up on Hulu.
Last season was great, man. The Marty Jannetty episode, I know we talked about a little bit, but we got Earthquake on this season. I saw a list earlier, but I can't remember what else they said. Who else was on this one? But in other news, we were talking some AEW early. Sammy Guevara is currently suspended by AEW.
Ooh, what'd he do?
He did not follow concussion protocol.
Oh, come on, Sammy. I mean, we all saw him knock out, who was it, Jeff Hardy?
He broke his nose.
He broke Jeff Hardy's nose? Yeah, that looked bad.
Yeah.
Come on, Sammy. Take a break.
Yeah. Poor guy gets suspended a decent amount.
Yeah, take a break.
Paul Heyman is the first inductee into the Hall of Fame.
Paul Heyman. Does this mean he's the headliner? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
They usually don't announce that. They usually announce the headliner last, right?
Okay, well, Paul Heyman, massive first.
Who headlines this year?
First,
it's got to be Bray Wyatt.
Everyone's thinking Bray Wyatt.
It's got to be Bray Wyatt.
It's got to be Bray Wyatt. It'd be horrible not have Bray honored this year. But Paul Heyman, love to see it. What a legend. I mean, even my girlfriend found that out, and she goes, "He's not already a Hall of Famer?" I was like, I love you.
You gotcha. Good.
I love you.
Samoa Joe says the AEW locker room is the best it's ever been.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. I mean, hopefully, he's not just saying the same things they're saying in WWE.
Well, I do love that he's the face right now.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
No, I love Samoa Joe. I mean, WWE had convinced us this guy couldn't wrestle anymore.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Why does WWE do that?
I'm not going to lie to you. Loved him as a commentator, though.
Yeah, he was great.
They hit him with the old Macho Man. They
Yeah.
said that you're too old to commentate, even though he had plenty left in the tank.
I mean,
we all saw what Macho did in WCW. It was magnificent.
I mean, Samoa Joe and AJ Styles' feud in WWE, fantastic. I mean, loved it.
I do love that they got CMLL and AEW are collabing a little bit.
Yeah.
I do hope that in the future we get to see WWE with somebody.
Yeah, I would love to see that. We'd all love to see it.
So yeah, like you said, Intercontinental Title Eliminator Gauntlet match scheduled.
Match next week. Massive gauntlet match
Great names
next week.
in it.
Great names.
Love
we got.
the lineup.
Who we got? We got
Bronson Reed.
Boom.
We got Sami Zayn.
Boom.
We got Chad Gable.
Boom.
We got Ricochet.
Boom.
We got Shinsuke.
Boom.
And we got JD McDonough.
He ain't gonna win.
Well, he's great in the ring though,
But he ain't
so he's
gonna
good. Well, obviously, and Bronson's not gonna win.
Nah.
So
who's gonna win that?
It's Sammy or Chad.
I think it's Chad. And I think that Sammy maybe forces his way into an Intercontinental match.
Okay.
At
little triple threat.
Yeah.
Little
I could see it getting down to two folks, and then maybe Imperium interferes.
Well, what I hope is, I hope that this gauntlet's just blown up and we get this ladder match. Totally. You know what I mean? Like Zack Ryder winning that ladder match a couple of WrestleManias ago was.
We need more ladder matches, WWE. We love the ladder match. Put him on a ladder.
This might just be for me, but Pat McAfee, he's doing a live show that Friday from WrestleMania.
Yeah, from WWE World at WrestleMania.
Which, by the way, someone might be at WrestleMania.
I might be going to WrestleMania. I'm going to find out on Friday. I will find out on Friday if I'm attending WrestleMania, and I will report back.
Feet on the ground.
It will be great to know if I will be at WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
Well, Evan, I hope you're excited because I got some main event results for you this week.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Did a taping this week. Main event results. We get Candice LeRae, who might be hinting at a heel turn if Raw's an indication.
I saw what she really put, what's her name in her place? The blonde.
Oh, the
Maxine Dupree. Yeah, really put her in her place.
Well, she put Chelsea Green in her place on main event. Mm-hmm. And then the Creed brothers get a win, bless you, over, you ready for it? Gallus.
Oh, that's big. The Creed brothers.
And you were wondering, why do these idiots follow main event? Because it's about to get good.
About to get good. We saw Apollo. No, not.
He was on it last week.
Yeah.
He was on Raw too.
Yeah.
See, look at it. He got main event last week. Now he's on Raw this week. He lost both of them. But hey, we're not talking about that.
Nah, it's all good.
We got NXT checking. Like I said, we got Roadblock coming right now, so no spoilers. But you got last week, William Regal's kid got his first taste of, I guess you call it gold in NXT. Won the Heritage Cup from Noam Dar.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I like him. I like this no quarter catch crew they got going.
I do too.
I don't know why, but I hate Damien Kemp. I don't like Kemp.
You don't like Kemp?
I don't like Kemp, but I like the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't mind Kemp. I mean, I really like what they've got going on.
I liked him when he was with the Creed brothers, man. I wish they would have kept that going in the main event. But I know he's not quite ready. The Creed brothers are ready. He's not quite
Creed
ready.
brothers are right there.
And I think they're going to do big things. Hey, they're winning on main event already.
There it is.
But we got Sean Spears.
Like Sean Spears.
Is
Love
back
Sean
in
Spears.
NXT.
Love
the
to
chairman.
see that. Yeah, big return.
Love it. I love that he brought his AEW gimmick.
Yeah.
And mixed it with it, like, because he was Ty Dillinger before, so he straight up brought Sean Spears, the chairman.
Love it.
And I love they were chanting 10, but it can be a haunting 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. You know how? So when Bray Wyatt debuted, we were just talking about Bray Wyatt. They yelled Husky Harris at him.
Okay.
And I feel like it hurt his debut a little bit.
Right.
But that eerie 10 chant when he was standing over with the chair, and the lighting was perfect. Like the production on NXT, like you said last week, you touched on it. The production in NXT is just next level.
It's different.
It was just a great debut.
Yeah.
I haven't been this excited for Sean Spears ever. Yeah. So I'm here for it.
Welcome.
Got another. He attacked Rich Holland, so I'm excited to see where that goes. Blair Davenport's making some waves again in the women's, taking on Fallon Henley. Sol Ruka is expected to make a return. She's sporting a new look. She just looked different. Yeah. She looked more, I don't know how, confident?
Comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable.
Yeah. Natural, just flowing. Totally.
So yeah, that's what we got in NXT. Let's move on to, how'd you feel about Raw this week?
Yeah, I thought Raw this week was, again, really great. Kicking it off with Cody Rhodes coming out, addressing The Rock and his promo on Friday Night SmackDown, where The Rock basically denied Cody Rhodes' challenge for a one-on-one match and instead says, here's the deal. I deny your one-on-one match request, but if you want at WrestleMania, what we will give you is Rock Reigns versus Rollins Rhodes Night 1 main event. And if Cody and Seth Rollins win, the Night 2 Rhodes versus Reigns for the title will be, the bloodline will be barred from ringside.
How are they going to do that? You know they could say barred and Solo's still going to pop up somewhere.
You know, so it's an interesting play. But if Rhodes and Rollins lose Night 1, then it's anything goes, bloodline rules.
I kind of like that they set it up like that.
The way that he said it, very vague. Anything goes, bloodline rules. And it makes me wonder what they're going to do.
That's what I'm saying. Each stipulation makes sense. So how are they going to do that? I love this because if this would have been WWE 2 WrestleManias ago, we would know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They would have already laid out. It wouldn't be this interesting, to be honest with you. We'd already been checked out a little bit because they would have done something stupid. They would have given us Roman Rock and wouldn't cared to listen to what we had to say.
Right. And did you watch the promo?
Yeah.
And did you see when Seth Rollins went, what was that, Seth Rollins?
I didn't catch that. Thank you for catching that.
What was that, Seth Rollins? Did you see that?
Giving a little hint to
doing like buying into the heads. I don't know if we saw that. We'll put it up on the screen if we can. A screenshot.
What if this is their mastermind plan all along? What if secretly, like, obviously for the storyline, what if Seth and Cody brought in Rock and they're like, this is the only way we can take down, like, he's been a Planet agent this whole time. And that's Seth being like, we got you, dude.
It's brilliant.
Because then we can have some great Cody, Seth, Rock.
Because again,
bloodline.
Yes,
they're bringing in Toma Tonga. Like, that's almost guaranteed at this point. They got Jacob Fatu on the way. Yeah. They got reinforcements coming. Rock doesn't really need to be on that side.
Yeah, because I mean, going back to, to your point there, I mean, Roman Reigns is not confident in The Rock and his motivations at all. I mean, you literally saw Roman Reigns almost burst into tears in the middle of the ring on Friday night, being like, "Rock, acknowledge me."
Well, see, here's the great light that they're painting him. Is they're painting him someone who's been on top for too long, and he doesn't know who to trust.
Yeah.
Because if this is all real, like we want to, like we let our minds escape for a little bit that it is. Mm-hmm. This is the makings of a champ who's had everyone tell it, whispering in his ear. And now he's like, I don't know who to believe.
Right. He shouldn't know who to believe.
And that's the best. They're doing a great job of dropping little nuggets this whole storyline, which they got away from so much for so long. So the fact that the Easter eggs are there again is just chef's kiss.
Yeah. And so now this Friday night on SmackDown,
they gonna be there.
Explosive. I mean, Friday nights, who needs to go out anymore? I mean, I'm basically, come 8 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I'm home. I've got my ice cream ready to go. I've got my
what's wrestling watching ice cream flavor? What's your go-to?
Oh gosh, man, I'm all about that Americone Dream.
Okay.
Sometimes I go to Jenny's, get me some. I've been on that salted caramel.
Rocky Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'm all about some of that Cherry Garcia. You feel me? Friday night's going to be sick.
Yeah.
Rollins, Rhodes, in the ring, face off, Rock Reigns. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm here for it. It's going to be epic.
Well, after that great promo, we had Gunther and Dominic Mysterio. And
great match.
Amazing
my
match.
gosh. Dominic
Dom's looking great in the ring, man.
Ass whooped.
But did he not sell? He sold so well.
Bro, he didn't have to sell. He
did get beat up. Gunther beat him up.
Bad.
Yeah.
He got
his whole chest.
Oh my God, his chest was lit up. I mean, he looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, Dominic is amazing. Yeah. I love Dominic. Dominic, you are a legend.
I'm loving the stupid
we love
tag
to hate
team they're putting together, man. I love JD and Dominic shenanigans. Like JD is growing on me so much, man. Like when Damian was like, JD, and you're going to take care of Gunther, and he just went, I am.
Yeah.
just so good, man. I hope when Andrade steals Dominic away from Judgment Day and they collapse, that we get some Finn and JD stuff too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think they'd be great together.
Yeah.
Because I mean that is his protege, right? Like he helped him out. But after that, we get a little backstage action with Damage Control. Again, we love the snippets that they're doing backstage.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Nick Aldis. I love Pierce. Pierce stumbled a little bit on this one, but he saved it well. He saved it. He's good. He's goofy enough that when he messes up, it's kind of charming. It's kind of endearing a little bit. He's just a flustered boss.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. He's kind of like the Michael Scott backstage.
Yeah. He takes his glasses off. He's
you're almost like, were you a wrestler? Like what is your affiliation?
Your promos weren't your thing, huh?
Yeah.
But no, I love Dakota Kai. I see why she had to turn on Bayley.
Yeah.
Because they need a mouthpiece.
They do.
Asuka's English is getting there. It's still not there.
Right.
I love that they can speak their language and Dakota can talk
it's great.
Because when Asuka gets going and she starts speaking Japanese, I love it.
Yeah,
Don't know what she's saying, but I'm into everything she's saying. Yeah. Same with Shinsuke. When he gets going, I'm like, yeah, dude, we don't need to hear English. Hit it to us in Japanese. We can get the conviction of the action, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll feel you.
So I love that they got Dakota Kai. And then Bayley needs to be that lone wolf. Like it doesn't really make sense for her and Dakota Kai against 3 people.
Right.
What does that do for you?
Exactly.
But Adam handed that. Then Shinsuke walked up. That led to, the dropping the hints for the Intercontinental Gauntlet match, which we already talked about. And then we get... how you feeling about this Shayna Baszler Zoe tag team?
I mean,
they're actually really pushing them.
They're really pushing them hard, and I think it's a good move. Dominant. They ooze dominance.
They're scary looking women.
Looking.
They're believable.
Yeah. So it's time. It's time, and it's time for Shayna Baszler to be rebuilt outside of Ronda.
Yeah,
which she has
'cause
been. I mean, Shayna already has her own reputation as just like
well,
a
everyone's
beast, but
forgetting that she dominated the Elimination Chamber last year.
Exactly.
You know, like that's how far removed she is from it because she had to kind of be like,
Right.
people need to be reminded who she is. She is the baddest woman on the planet.
totally,
Now that Ronda's not, she beat Ronda for that title.
totally.
I just love Caden Carter and Katana Chance though.
Yeah, they're great. Great match.
Becky, I'm still thinking we're getting a four-way.
You think so?
Liv again, Nia again,
Yeah.
Becky, Rhea. They're not
Dude, I love
wavering from
Nia.
these four.
I love Nia. I'm all about what Nia's up to. I mean, I was watching the match and I even said out loud, no one was there, but I just said, wow, Nia's impressing me.
That's
I
how you
said
know.
it to myself.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
That's great, dude.
She's doing great. I'm glad Nia's back. The women's division needs her.
Yeah.
Needs someone of that size, of that dominance.
And now we get Becky,
Of that
Liv
aura.
next week at Raw.
Yeah, that'll be a great match.
They've been one-upping each other. They've been interfering in each other's matches. So
Yeah.
then we got a nice Andrade squash match.
Yep.
I love his presentation. I love their Andrade El Idolo.
Yeah. Andrade.
They need to do something. I haven't decided yet if I would rather have him feud or if I'd rather him be intertwined in Legado. But I need him and Santos.
Yeah,
I need those matches.
Yeah. ASAP.
I think that'd be great.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's WrestleMania match right there.
Yeah. I need it for the Intercontinental or U.S.
Yeah.
title at some point, so.
Absolutely. Next year's Mania.
And then we got Judgment Day and Imperium. We talked about that.
Great match.
I'm intrigued to what team's going to take the belt off of
Judgment Day? Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to say at this point. There's no clear.
There's no they're building the Creed brothers.
Yeah,
I guess that might be the logical explanation.
maybe.
Then we got Sammy beat Ivar. Like, Sammy got a win, dude. We just said
Ivar's
it.
looking good, though, dude. Ivar's getting a lot of one-on-one
I love the
play.
Michael Cole antler talk. It just
Yeah.
makes them feel special. Makes them feel like they're not just coming out there to get beat. I truly thought Sammy was going to take the L.
Yeah, and you would have never seen Michael Cole wearing antlers with Vince McMahon around.
No, he'd be losing his mind.
No. I bet Vince McMahon's at home losing his mind every day he watches Raw now.
Yep. Well, I hope he's just staying away.
Yeah.
But then we got the main event, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre. I love we got the play on it again. Jay's outside interference with the bloodline. Drew capitalized on it. Feels no regrets. Seth comes out. Seth gets a Claymore for his trouble.
And Drew's just like, told you. I told you.
Well, he had that look on his face the whole time, like, again?
Yeah.
Like, I love this character that they got Drew McIntyre playing where he's like, I am a bad guy, but y'all made me this way.
Yeah, and also, like, it's not my fault y'all are so predictable. Gonna come out here, save the day. Yeah, I'll kick you in your face. Claymore, baby.
Oh, I just now saw Vince McMahon selling 5.3 million shares of his TKO stock. So sorry we missed that in the
A
news.
lot of shares.
Up top.
Also, up top news. WWE 2K24 out now.
Have you played it yet?
I have not played it yet, but
have not.
2K23 was amazing. I hear 2K24 is basically the same game, but even better. So I can't wait to check it out. Cody Rhodes is the cover star. They're celebrating 40 years of WrestleMania with amazing events. Looks incredible. People are calling it the best looking wrestling game in history.
I love it, man. Just saw Adam Page taking time off from AEW. And Ricky Stark's contract might be up. So he's someone to keep an eye out for. So just perusing the dirt sheets here, seeing all kinds of cool things. But let's get into SmackDown. We talked on it a bunch already, the Rock, Cody. So we don't really need to touch on that. But you were talking about it. I was a little unsure of Randy Orton's direction. You pointed out the nuggets they were dropping for him and Logan Paul. And then this week, he gets a little interaction with who we presume to be Logan Paul's lackeys. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, which they're showing cracks between those two. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm excited for that match. I think people don't realize how good that match will be for both Randy Orton and
I really hope they throw Kevin Owens.
you know, I don't know what I don't know what Kevin Owens' WrestleMania is going to look like.
I think he's got to be in this. This is all they built him towards.
Yeah.
I don't really see someone jumping in unless he fights Grayson Waller. Like they can give him.
I mean,
Grayson
maybe
Waller.
the U.S. titles is a ladder match. That'd be great. Make that a ladder match.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'd be here for that. Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton.
Yeah, because then you're going to do AJ Styles versus
LA Knight.
Which again, for those all these WWE fans are like, it should be LA Knight versus Logan Paul.
Let him be
Like,
a legend
no, I'm
first.
sorry, but like LA Knight, as for a professional wrestler, needs to have that match with the legend AJ Styles, and at WrestleMania, that will cement LA Knight as a wrestling legend.
Exactly.
That LA Knight versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania is kind of the equivalent of Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not the same. And it was a great match.
Was way better than it deserved to be.
And it was a great match, but it's not the career defining match. It's not the match you put on your mantle.
Right. LA Knight, AJ Styles.
LA Knight, AJ Styles is the match you put on your mantle.
Well, like we said, you don't have to have the title.
Yeah.
As long they've made it mean something. Like they've cost each other chances.
Yeah.
Boom.
If
Like
LA
that's
Knight-
tried and true. WWE has noticed this. That works so well.
Yeah.
Simple storyline. You cost me a match. I cost you a match. Let's go fight.
Let's go fight. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Great.
Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, little Tiffy time showcase.
Love Tiffy time.
I'm a big fan. My
Big
wife
fan of
hates her
Tiff.
so much. So that's how you know she's doing what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Because
She's
she's supposed to be that annoying. She's supposed to be like, I hate her guts.
Yeah, but I'm all about Tiffany. I mean, what is she, 24, 25?
Yeah.
It's like,
I love that her and
Incredible talent
Ludwig
already.
Kaiser are dating in
yeah.
real life.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing the random pairs minus character. And then you had the Dakota Kai turn on Bailey. Everyone saw that coming. Braun Breaker with just the spear squash.
Love it.
You good with that?
Yeah.
I mean, how does Zion come back from that?
I mean,
He's not doing anything anyway, but
No.
like, what is he doing?
nothing.
Did they already give up on him? They're waiting for his contract to give up? Like, what's going on?
You got to feel bad for that.
He could be a main player in NXT right now.
But just bulldoze.
Yeah. Him and Dijak could be putting on some matches.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do with Braun Breaker. I don't know if they have any plans for him. But, I mean, again, they're still building up. They have a whole NXT show they're building on the way to...
No mention of Baron Corbin on the main roster with Braun Breaker, though. They're not, like, every now and then, like, NXT tag team champion.
Well, I think that could probably be their first match in it's Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin. They break up, put that match on the main roster.
And then poor Baron gets squashed it again.
Yep.
What'd you think of the street fight, Carlito Santos?
I thought it was fun.
Santos needed to get over that hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was fun. It's fun to see Carlito back. I don't know if I'm past it.
Well, I didn't appreciate that Carlito won.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Santos needed that win.
Yeah.
Carlito doesn't need to win.
No.
Like, I know, boo, Rey Mysterio came back. Right. You know, but still needed I know, like, it's not over. Santos is eventually going to win this feud, but he's fighting two legends who don't need to win. Carlito doesn't need to win. Rey Mysterio doesn't need to win.
Right.
Santos needs to shine in this.
Totally.
I have faith in
We need to
Triple
turn
H.
Santos. Yeah, Santos needs a belt ASAP.
Randy beat up on Austin Theory.
Fun. Love it.
Waller got stunned for his efforts. That's how SmackDown goes off. Orton's posing. Kevin Owens was in the. They're putting them together for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, so. I'm excited about it, man.
RKO.
The three most dangerous.
No, but you see why they're putting them together?
Is that going to be the next tag team?
RKO.
Is that going to be the name of their tag team? Really, Kevin Owens?
RKO. Let's do it. Team them up.
Well, that's all I got for us for Raw and SmackDown, man. I think we the rest of the time we wanted to talk about just the changes that our savior here, Triple H.
Yeah, I mean, we touched on a few of them. We talked about the way that things are being presented with the lighting. We talked about the way that wrestlers are getting promos and their missions are clearer. The international PLEs have been game changing to the.
Is it just
hype.
me, or are you not as mad at Saudi Arabia anymore?
I was never mad at Saudi Arabia because for me, I understand it's all about the kids.
Yeah,
it's all about the kids.
Yeah,
and honestly, if there's 5 kids,
okay,
hell, even one kid in Saudi Arabia that's at that show,
I haven't even thought about that.
To me, it's all about the kids. All it's right.
Well, thank you for putting a good light on that. I appreciate it
because it always was, Because I mean, even when you think about it, those shows have been progressive in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, women fighting. We still adhere to their culture,
exactly.
But
exactly.
They get to show more hair than so that's nice. So.
But no, and I think just a general sense of, the product. Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about The Rock's 22-minute promo.
Some people got cut for it, man.
Where he said, Cody Rhodes, fuck your story. Excuse my French, but that's what The Rock said.
Well, he's an executive now, so he can say what he wants.
Can I say that?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what The Rock said. The Rock said, F your story, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
What? I mean, and honestly, it was a great promo because The Rock came out, and again, this is all Triple H. Like, this is why it's gotten so good because they're listening.
He's taking the handcuffs off the promos.
Yeah, and I mean, and exactly, and I mean the way that
not that The Rock ever had any restrictions. Even McMahon was like, "Say what you want to say."
Yeah, but I just love how they're really filling out this story. This might be the most well told, well thought out, thoughtful. They're thinking about every nook and cranny of this story because the way that The Rock came out and explained for 22 minutes how he called Cody, they had an agreement, and then Cody went back on it. I mean, the way that they're explaining it, there's no holes. I don't see any holes in it.
I'm here for it, man. And it also highlights my favorite Triple H improvement. Stables.
Yes.
Factions.
Yes.
It's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, just some groups.
Just some groups, man. Because in normal sports, you got teams. You can't tell me that if these guys were really beating the crap out of each other, you wouldn't have a friend that watched your back.
Right.
Or a couple of friends.
Yeah.
So I know people go back and forth on if they're ready for the Judgment Day to be over, if it's just hitting a stride or what else it needs. But overall, the thing's been great.
Yeah.
The storyline's been awesome. I feel like we're getting towards a payoff, which feels good. It's been going on for a while now. But now we got a bunch of other stables there, too. So now it's not just Bloodline's got to go so these other guys can thrive. These guys are thriving as well. Because I love it's been going on for too long, but the LWO, Legado del Fantasma, that's got to have a payoff at some point.
Right.
But you got, I want them to look more equal, but the Final Testament and the Pride, so we're getting back to Los Boricuas versus Nation of Domination versus whatever Crush's biker gang was called back in the day. But I love those. I love it.
Well, and again, I don't think these storylines need to end, right? Because when you think about it, like, mafia stuff or whatever. Like
fight forever.
They fight forever.
I'm just tired of seeing Carlito and Santos, to be honest with you. I'm done with that one. Like, switch them. If you're going to have some, why are the tag teams fighting more? Like, that's who really needs to shine.
Right.
So they need the bump more than anything. Is those poor guys that Joaquin Phoenix and the other guy? Those poor guys need a bump.
Yeah.
Huge. Like, they've just been passed from group to group.
Totally.
So I love that he's got the factions. I love we got groups. Even it's like the Miz and R-Truth watching each other's back.
Yeah.
So like you don't have to have a group with a name and entrance music. It's just I love that
you just got people helping each other.
Yeah, man.
Out.
You got my back, I got your back type of thing. So it makes sense. It's like you said, if they're going to be more realistic,
they're not keeping they're not keeping the storyline siloed. Like again, 2-3 years ago. It was like none of the storylines crossed. It was like, go out, do your 10-minute segment, and then like you didn't interact with anyone.
We've messed with it a little bit, but it's also refreshing to see, like Michael Cole's handcuffs. You know, he can say whatever he wants to now.
Pat McAfee's out here wearing a T-shirt, a black T-shirt, not wearing a suit.
Hey, he had sleeves.
No, he looks great, but hey, and hey, it's not a T-shirt; it's a sweater shirt. Yeah, we get it. It's luxury.
Got a DV, you know.
We see there's luxury on him. He oozes of luxury.
I just love he's always clearly high. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, that's a change. That's a step we never thought we'd see. The press conferences are a great touch.
I do like that.
How serious they're taking this.
That more big fight feel.
Yeah, I mean, the press events leading up to. And yet, I think we're on the cusp of the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I think you're going to see whatever happens at WrestleMania on SportsCenter.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? To think TKO, UFC, and WWE
I mean, especially if The Rock wrestles, I mean, why would we not see highlights from that tag match?
That's awesome. Wow. My two worlds coming
together.
Wouldn't
that be amazing?
Man. That's great.
Then they put a little thing at the bottom.
What a time to be a... I know we say it all the time, but what a time to be a wrestling fan. It's the most mainstream it's ever been.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's cool to be a wrestling fan.
Says the...
It's never been cool to be a wrestling fan.
Said The Rock.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Well, no,
Who would have thought I'd have to wait to be 38 till wrestling was cool?
I know.
I mean, Stone Cold made it cool. DX made it cool. So.
But we've hit it. We're back. We've hit another surge.
Yeah, this is the biggest it's been since those days. Mm-hmm. I feel.
Yeah, it's only going to get bigger.
Even a little more crossover success. So dare they say the biggest it's ever been?
The biggest. I'm telling you, this WrestleMania.
Who's going to have the best intro?
Ooh, who's Cody Rhodes?
Cody's going to have the biggest
intro.
intro.
I don't know what it's going to be, but I think it's going to be.
Does he put the throne back together?
Epic.
The throne's glued back together.
I could see it. I'd love to see it.
I would like to see him turn around on the throne and it's put back together from where he smashed it. Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
That would be great.
The question is, what future stars do we see? You remember, like, Triple H's had Sasha Banks and Charlotte and all them in his intro. Alexa Bliss, I think.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. But we don't know them yet.
That's what I'm saying. I love it. You can look back now and be like...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never know what people turn into over there.
What are you looking forward to the most from WrestleMania?
Ooh, what am I looking forward to the most? Honestly, I'm looking forward to that moment when the bell rings and The Rock is standing there just
taking it all in,
and we're
flexing
and we're about
chest
to
muscle,
and we're about to see it. I am excited to see. I'm excited to see what they do with Gunther.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what happens there. I'm excited to see that match, whatever it is, whatever it ends up being. I think it's going to be great. Yeah.
So we're really seeing who's getting the torch.
Yeah, I think a lot of titles are going to change hands at this Mania.
Nice little refresher.
Yeah,
that's another thing that I'm super hyped about. Is that Raw after WrestleMania?
Yeah, I think it's going to be
one of the best in years.
Yes. Yeah, I think Triple H is going to take the responsibility of that episode seriously.
Yeah. Again, Papa Triple H is killing it these days, man. What a great transition.
Come back to Nashville.
Because just think how more difficult this would be with all the Vince McMahon stuff and the TKO stuff and all this stuff if they put someone in charge that did not do well.
Right. That would be horrible.
What if they gave these reins to, Tony, the other Khan, not Tony Khan, but the other, what's his name? Nick Khan.
Well, Nick is the CEO,
but he's a business guy.
He's a business guy.
I'm just saying, what if they're like, you run it, and he's like,
right. He's like, I don't know.
And then we got the bad days still because he's calling up Buddy Vince and be like, who do I book?
Right.
That's what I'm saying is we could have Vince McMahon gone, but still have a Vince stooge.
Right, but we don't.
What if Jim Cornette was running this damn thing?
Well, they say Bruce Pritchard. But I don't know how involved he still is.
Well, from what I heard, he was still. People were blaming him for the couple of Vince-like things we had over the last year. They were blaming him for that. So, I mean, I don't know if he was a nice old scapegoat. Which shout out to Jungle Boy, great gimmick over there in New Japan Pro Wrestling. We see you. But he could have been a scapegoat for that. Just Triple H getting his feet under him.
Totally.
You know what I mean? But a couple booking things. Because he did bring a lot of people back that didn't work out. Yeah, he did. But if that's his only fault so far, or his biggest fault so far, I'll take that exchange. Yeah. Because he missed on, he brought back everyone.
Like, where's Braun
But
Strowman?
Swerve, Swerve was the one that should have been back. Braun's healing. He's on his way.
Oh, is he? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I've been watching him. He actually got hair implants to get ready for his comeback.
Good for you, Braun.
He's got to look good.
Got to look good.
He said he's got to look good on camera.
Got to look good. Send me your guy, Braun.
But I think he's doing
What are you
great,
looking
man.
forward to most of WrestleMania?
I'm looking forward to seeing what this announcement for the tag titles is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it has something to do with WrestleMania. Let some of these tag team do a tag team scramble. But I'm really just ready to see what this payoff for it's weird that Bloodline's been around longer than Judgment Day, but I'm ready for Judgment Day to kind of come to a head more than the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Finally getting on board with you. I was a big Judgment Day fan, but the backstage bickering is getting to be enough. Like, just break up at this point.
Yeah, because they're not even like the. I mean, they're.
I do love that idea of Damien costing her title at WrestleMania.
And then,
yeah,
they didn't give her the.
Come on.
Yeah.
Rhea with the being the hunter.
That'd be
That's
so
when
great.
she's the best.
And it's a perfect swerve.
She doesn't need the belt.
Perfect swerve.
Give the belt to Nia. Hell, give the belt back to Becky. Becky needs the belt. Rhea doesn't need the belt.
No, Becky does need the belt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know that she can at this point.
Yeah. I mean, give Liv a chance.
Her time. Yeah.
Does Liv get a chance?
Nia's getting a chance soon.
You think so?
Yeah.
They've been building her up to be unstoppable again.
Because again, you can build up people around Nia.
I would like to see more of a payoff with her and Shayna. They were a great tag team.
Yeah,
they were fun to watch.
I forgot about that. They were.
Yeah, I would love to see them just beat the crap out of each other.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Well, again, pretty soon we could see both of them champions on their shows, and then let's get that match at Survivor Series.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they got to bring Triple H. We're sitting here praising you, my dude.
Bring back champion versus champion.
Need you to Raw versus SmackDown Survivor
Now that Brock
Series.
Lesnar's not there to beat whoever is champion and all that jazz.
I did like we got to see him in, was it AJ that one year?
We saw him in AJ. We
And
saw
him
him
CM Punk.
We saw him in Daniel
Was that
Bryan one
WrestleMania?
year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one match that Brock just buried Dean Ambrose under all those chairs.
Yeah.
God, no.
He buried so many people. Orton, Cena, I mean, just...
Oh, when he busted up, Orton and Jericho actually fist fought him in the back because he didn't know that was part of the plan.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I love that.
Those type of... I love hearing those type of stories. Because as much as you want to hate Jericho, dude's a good locker room
Could never
guy.
hate Jericho.
Some people love it.
Love Jericho.
I don't mind. I've been watching old WCW.
That's what I need to start doing.
Yeah, and like I said before, that cruiserweight division in the 96.
Unreal. Yeah. Ready to rumble time.
Yeah, dude. I've been rewatching Raw. So update on my rewatch. I'm to where Crush just turned on Macho Man and joined Yokozuna as a heel. And we got the two doinks messing with Bam Bam. Bam Bam Bigelow's about to lose his mind. It's great, man.
Back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
Talk
I
about
need
back in
that.
the
We
day.
love the realism, but I need those Repo Man, Doink the Clown,
Totally.
Duke the Dumpster Drozy days sometimes.
Totally.
They each have his place. I got my early years with old Raw with Doink the Clown and Razor Ramon. I'm doing the rewatch of the NWO, so I got my when it was starting to turn real. They're playing with the edges of real.
Yeah.
And then now the modern day where it's straight up like trying to get you to think that these are just people fighting for titles out here. So I love the different layers of it.
Yeah.
Because everyone focuses on the golden era. Love it. Everyone focuses on the attitude era. Love it. But these are the eras that also define some things.
Totally.
So, yeah, man.
We're in a golden era right now.
We are. What are they calling it right now? Is it still the reality era?
I don't know.
Triple H era?
The Triple H era.
Post McMahon era.
Post McMahon era. That's what it'll go down as.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, where can they find you online and stuff?
Find me online at Evan Berke, EvanBerke, and evanberke.com.
Yeah, get hitting the road a little bit.
Check me out. And yeah, find me on the road this week. Birmingham on Wednesday, March 6th. Atlanta, Georgia, Thursday, March 7th at Sweetwater Brewery.
Yeah.
Then Friday the 8th, Opelika, Alabama at Rock and Roll Pinball.
Y'all know Opelika on Friday?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Saturday, March 9th, Charleston, South Carolina, Theater 99. And then at the end of the
Y'all
month.
going Opelika to Charleston?
Yeah. And then at the end of the month, Saturday, March 30th, Atlanta Symphony Hall. Opening for Dusty Slay.
There you go.
Check me out. Where can they find you?
DrewHarrisonComedy.com. Links to everything. You can check us out on Project Nerds YouTube channel. You can also listen to us wherever you listen to your said podcasts. But most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Keep coming back.
Subscribe.
Check out all my other content on the YouTubes. But we'll see you next time.